6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, we'll have the final 2 games of this kickoff weekend, and we begin with a great one here between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one, and we are underway on a Monday night. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Going to run again here with Pollard. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And Lance's throw complete there to Smith. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On play action, Lance. His throw incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
To try again after the sack, Lance. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing his lance on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of the game has a mental image of how they expect it to go. And I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control. And that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yep, foiled the whole plan there. Turned the ball over. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They set the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to it. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
The tight end Henry here in motion. First down, here's the run with Cook. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. They run again on first down. Cook. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now Rodgers. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Give that sack to Nakobe Dean.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Get 300! Get 300! 26! Go to 50! Hey, you block over here! Take 30! Back north!
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
That's taken on the 25. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Packers first down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words.
Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Hopkins, a man in motion right. They run the counter with Cook. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Rodgers to throw. And Woods has it complete. And he's brought down. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Cook. And this play is going nowhere as he dives to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. Again, it's Cook. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Patterson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Gano's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. And with that career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor. This is caught at the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. It's caught. Smith. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his 2nd season. The future bright. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Lance. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The kick by Bass is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Rodgers now on 1st down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And this one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And some room to work. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to submit it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
The slot man in motion right. Here's Cook again. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
In motion right is Hopkins. On second down, Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 27 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point try, good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-3. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, and it's Pollard again. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And Lance again going to keep it. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance. And that would be incomplete.
Based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. 149 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Rodgers. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. But really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the 1st down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball is released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing now is Lance. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Room here to run. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Dancing to his left. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Pollard looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. They tried to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal.
When I was playing, all our defensive coaches talked about when you're near your own goal line and you're trying to stop them from getting in, your heart gets tested. What a nice play on the last down.
A lot of heart on second. Do they have the heart on third? Pollard again. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Tony Pollard taking it in from a yard out. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
They start the drive with Cook. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Rodgers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 165 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cook up the gut. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it,
That allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On play action, Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it. Because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
On the ready, right shot. Take the middle.
Lance looking to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Let's go. Reset.
Here's Lance. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down. You've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you. But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now Rodgers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Second down and 8. Gonna run again here with Pollard. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point. Third down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to win. So all eyes now on Tyler Bass. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to put an end to a wild Monday night. And it's good. And on opening weekend, a field goal to win it as time expires. And there'll be some happy cheese.